Nairobi.
But just how did the country find itself in the current political crisis? A wide range of issues could have contributed to the current state of affairs that has seen President William Ruto cornered to the extent of dissolving his entire cabinet. The trigger to the current problems was the controversial Finance Bill 2024, which has now flopped, forcing the president to refinances of his government. And as Grace Nganga now reports, other factors other than the Finance Bill 2024 played a significant role that saw the emergence of Gen Z's agenda.
I, William Samoei Ruto.
Less than 2 years into power, the Kenya Kwanza government seems to be having it rough in running the country. The trigger of the anti-government protest was the contentious Finance Bill 2024, which had many unpleasant proposals. Then the president was forced to shelve the bill, which had punitive tax proposals, and when he thought the withdrawal of the bill would end the protest, new demands emerged that included the now famous Ruto must go. So, when did the rain start beating the Kenya Kwanza government? For 3 weeks, young Kenyans poured into the streets demanding initially a rejection of the tax proposals included in the Finance Bill 2024 before they went for the entire government for its perceived and real corruption, opulence and impunity. This also included incompetence of some cabinet secretaries. It all started after documented scandals rocked Ruto's government, with Kenyans questioning the credibility of his cabinet secretaries. A scandal at KEMSA which entailed a bungled malaria net procurement deal in which millions of shillings reportedly remain unaccounted for. The edible oil scandal, where companies were single-sorted to import 125,000 metric tons of edible oil, which is against the procurement laws. The then Trade Cabinet Secretary Moses Kuria, however, consistently claimed that there was no scandal, claiming at some point that cartels in the edible oil sector are sponsoring headlines to malign his ministry. Then there was the fertilizer scandal, in which a company awarded the tender to supply subsidized fertilizer by the government was involved in suspicious transactions that raised alarm among financial sector regulators. Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mithika Linturi was heavily criticized about this, even surviving a motion of impeachment against him. In May 2023, KRA disclosed the events that led to the poisonous sugar being irregularly released for public consumption, resulting in a purge that saw 27 state officials from 11 government agencies suspended.
Many of you, the people I speak to, don't even know what is going on in your ministries or departments. You have very scanty information. The moment I know more than you in your ministry, then you must begin to understand that something is very wrong.
We have a choice to make either decision to reject over 60% of these names or give President Ruto his skunk. Let us not interfere with it. We give it to him. He has asked for it. Let us give him his cabinet. We know he's going to run the government from State House.
Besides these scandals, the issue of opulence among some of Ruto's allies came to the fore. Some of the politicians aligned to the president were accused of arrogantly splashing wealth, something linked to abuse of government resources. Ruto's allies were accused of living extravagant lifestyles, yet the cost of living for the majority of Kenyans was going up. It was at this point that the Gen Z then started calling for Ruto to dissolve his cabinet, a move taken today, becoming the second in the history of the country.
The people have made a choice, and as I have always said, my government would respect the choice of the people.
On 23rd November 2005, President Mwai Kibaki dissolved his cabinet following a humiliating defeat during a referendum vote on the proposed constitution of Kenya. Grace Nganga, KTN News, Nairobi.